Hey everyone, this is Lindsey Paradiso, one of the creators of the Rooted to Thrive workshops. You can catch me speaking at our workshop this April in Tuscany. Check out our website to learn more about it. We'd love to see you there. In the meantime, I wanted to make a quick instructional video for you all to walk you through creating GIFs in Photoshop using photographs. For those of you who don't know, it's actually super easy and a lot less intimidating than you'd expect. All right, let's get started. So first, you want to get a selection of images. You can see mine right here. It's important that these images are taken without much movement from your camera. You can do this by hand holding your camera, which is how I took these images, but it's always best if you can use a tripod. You can see the slight change from image to image from where I was moving the camera. So before jumping into Photoshop, you want to make sure that your images are all edited as closely as possible. If you have one with a wildly different color temperature or exposure, it's going to stand out and completely ruin your GIF. All right, now that that's covered, let's hop into Photoshop. I've already exported these images, so my next step is to import them. We'll go to Photoshop and select File, Scripts, Load Files into Stack. From there, you'll select Browse, navigate to your images, and then select all of the images you plan on using for your GIF. Once they've loaded, before selecting OK, you want to make sure to check Attempt to automatically align source images. You especially want to do this if you're doing images that you've taken by hand holding your camera. It does actually a really incredibly good job at lining everything up, which is why it takes a little bit of time for these images to load. All right, great. So you can see when it imports, it automatically pops up with this crop box. One of the first things that I do is crop down so that we're eliminating any areas that are missing information. After I do that, I want to adjust the image size. One of the rules of thumbs with GIFs is that they need to be pretty small. So I'm going to go ahead and go up to image size, and then adjust the height because it's the longest edge to make it 1250. You can adjust this later if you need to, but I've not really had an issue so far with doing 1250 on the long edge. All right, so we've cropped our image, we've resized it. Now it's time to work on the frames. Your first thing you want to do is to come down here and select Create Video Timeline. You'll see all of the layers pop up on your right, and they'll all be right here in the timeline as well. We're working with frames, so we want to go down into the left-hand corner right here and select these three little boxes. You'll see one frame pop up. In order to create frames from all of these images, you'll want to go here and select Make Frames from Layers. Great. So now once all of these have popped up, you want to select them all, and we're going to adjust the time. Once they're all selected, if you adjust the time of one of them and adjust the time of all of them. I usually start at 0.1 seconds, and I work up or down from there if I need to. You can also go in and select Other and put in a custom amount of time, but I'm going to start with 0.1 second. All right, let's play and see what that looks like. Looks pretty good to me. So our next step is to make it long enough in order to be shared on Instagram. Instagram's minimum length is 3 seconds, and I don't think that 13 frames is going to get us there. So I'm going to select all of the frames and then come over here and copy them. Then I will select Paste and make sure that they're pasting after my selection. Before clicking off of this, you can see that they're all selected. I want to go over here and select to reverse the frames. Okay, let's see how that looks. Awesome. So you see how it's continually playing? It's doing that because I have it selected right here to play forever. If you're making a GIF, you definitely want to make sure that this is set to forever. Okay, first I'm going to show you how to export this as a GIF. So we go to File, Export, Save for Web. Now before hitting save, you want to hit preview because it doesn't always look the same online as it does in Photoshop. This one looks pretty good, so I'm going to move forward with this. But it's always better safe than sorry to check it than to save it and decide you don't like it after the fact. So we'll go ahead and save file. And that's pretty much all you have to do to save a GIF. Like I was saying though, for Instagram, they like you to share videos. So I'm going to show you how to export this as an MP4. We'll go to Export, Render Video. It goes ahead and pops up with MP4 as the type of video. So you want to just change the title. And there you have it. I hope you learned something. Thanks for listening.